and they're happy the premiums have come down, but they have made the comment, like I said earlier, the premiums have come down, but silver is still the same price.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Silver Seeker. Today we are going to be talking to the owner of a coin shop up in Muskegon, Michigan. His name is Keith, and he is the owner of Coin Zone. He is also the host of a YouTube channel called Coin Crew, and I will put a link down below for that. Today we are going to be talking to him about the falling premiums on Silver Eagles. We just did a video about him the other day, but I would love to get the insight from a coin shop owner as to what's going on in his store. Are the premiums still coming down? Where does he think they're going to be? And more over the next few months. So let's get Keith in here and find out what he has to say. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe and help us continue to grow the channel, and hit that like button to help YouTube recommend this video to others. All right, let's get Keith on the channel and see what's going on. Make sure you don't miss out on your chance to win a full monster box of Silver Eagles by going to our sponsor sdbullion.com/Silver Seeker and get your entry today. Keith, how are you doing today, my friend?
I am doing great, sir. How are you?
I am doing well, and it's always a pleasure to have you on. Keith, I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on in the market. So I just did a video the other day where I called coin shops around the U.S. and checked the premiums on Silver Eagles. I had some shops as low as $6 over spot for Eagles. Premiums are falling fast on Eagles, as well as other silver as well. And I thought maybe as a coin shop, you could give us a little bit of insight as to why that might be happening.
Well, the reason that could be happening is obviously people aren't buying like they were. The problem, what we're seeing is silver is maintaining a retail value of $26 to $28.50. With or without the premium, it's still selling for that same amount. And now it's readily available. So the retail public is like, well, I really don't have to get it today. But I'm not sure if that's such a great idea. I think they should keep buying it.
Well, why? I mean, so you're a coin shop, and that, obviously is coming from a biased position. At least that's what a lot of people are going to say. But let me ask you anyway, why do you say that?
Well, I've seen in the past where the premiums have disappeared, silver became readily available, and then all of a sudden it wasn't readily available and premiums came up, silver shot up, and people just didn't get the silver that they should have been buying all along.
And this actually happened back in March. I mean, we saw, once the whole SVB banking thing, and all that seemed to have calmed down. I know there's still a lot of turmoil, but it's not really being made public. So things seem to be calming down. People aren't as interested in silver as you would say. And I have a lot of people comment on the channel, and maybe you can fill me in on this if your customers talk to you. But also saying that, people are just hurting right now. They don't have the money to spend on silver. My argument for that would be the economy is not any better than it was in March or any worse than it was in March. So what would be the difference between March and now as far as that's concerned? But I could be wrong. So what do you say?
I think the economy is in a little bit worse position than it was in March. I don't think the people have as much money. What I'm noticing in my shop is people are selling more gold than silver. However, either or, whether it be gold or silver, I can pick up easily at a wholesaler. The silver just isn't selling. Like I said, people just don't have the money that they had before March. Cash is getting tighter. And I think that's the biggest problem. People aren't sure where their next dollar is coming from, if they're even going to have their jobs.
So that makes a lot of sense. And people have commented that. And my response was, well, I talked to Josh from My Not Coin and Bullion, and one of the things that he noticed out of his coin shop is that the big buyers weren't there as well. Now, I would probably argue that the big buyers, the people, spending tens of thousands of dollars, probably aren't hurting the same as, someone going to work, doing that 40-hour a week, paycheck to paycheck job. But the big buyers are also disappearing. So why would that be?
I'm not really sure, but as you had mentioned, Josh said the big buyers aren't there. The big buyers usually buy gold. And as I had just mentioned, we are actually buying more gold than we are selling. We are buying less silver than we normally buy.
So there's just more people selling gold to you then?
Yeah, there is a larger percentage of gold sellers out there, which has kind of flipped the market around a little bit. I think that if we continue in this path, it will make it more readily available. and give that false, I guess you could say, security of having silver and gold available. And I really believe that we are entering a tightening that we haven't seen in a long, long time.
Now, what do you mean by tightening?
I think over the term between where silver is getting used in solar panels and different industries, as they expand with all this AI tech, silver is going to get gobbled up and it is going to get swallowed and it's not going to be readily available. And it's going to be like, instant. People are going to be like, wow, where did the silver go? And it's going to be, I think, 6 weeks or more out in the long term. I would say 6 months or more. I think we'll be 6 weeks out.
So you're saying in the long term. So in 6 months or later, we'll be 6 weeks out again, just like we were back in March.
I think we're going to be, well, it might not be 6 weeks, but I think we're going to be delayed ordering in 6 months. Yes.
Okay. So just for the people watching, for reference, in case you don't know what he means, is back in March is a perfect example because it's really recent. There were delays even for the dealers ordering from the wholesalers for 5 to 6 weeks just to get the silver after they place the order. Now compare that to today where you can order it and get it basically immediately. Back then they had to wait. So that's the when anyone ever talks about a silver shortage, it's not really a silver shortage per se, Keith, right? It's more of a supply and distribution issue because there's still a lot of silver out there.
There is definitely a lot of silver out there. And one of the things that I have been trying to do over the past month to help possibly avert this future, I guess you could say, situation that I think is going to happen, I have been increasing my position in silver quite a bit because I don't want to be in the boat where I was a couple of months ago where, hey, if you want silver, you're going to have to wait a couple of weeks for it. I still want to have silver to give out and then me be the person to wait for the silver.
That makes sense. So I don't know. I would like for that not to happen. Like, I've actually enjoyed the premiums coming down. A lot of people that watch the channels, they want to stack more silver.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I love premiums coming down.
I absolutely love it. So I know, I always get comments whenever I have a coin shop on and interview a coin shop that, oh, of course the coin shop's, owner's going to say buy more silver. But you, and just be honest, you stack silver yourself as well though, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. See
I have a lot of silver.
Yeah. What I've noticed is a lot of coin shop owners are also stackers themselves. So do you have like your own personal stack that you put aside that you just don't sell at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is that a pretty significant stack? Probably.
Well, if I told you, Seeker, I don't know. But honestly, it is a large stack.
For sure.
Large.
Well, I tell you, it's definitely good. Like we had just talked about the seed premiums coming down. Have you had anyone like talk to you about the premiums coming down to come to your shop that are now buying because the premiums are down? Maybe.
We do have our regulars that come in and they're happy the premiums have come down, but they have made the comment, like I said earlier, the premiums have come down, but silver is still the same price. Well, that's because the silver price has shot up. And that's something I've noticed over and over again, time over. Silver premiums come down, silver, I guess you could say virtual price or whatever on the COMEX goes up, and the retail public is paying the same thing. So does it really matter?
Is that accurate though? I don't mean to interrupt you, but I mean, let's think about going back just a couple of months to May when the average premium for an eagle was 17, 18 over spot and silver was trading for 24. Let's say 24 plus 15 is 39. You can buy eagles cheaper than that right now, even with the higher spot price.
Now that is talking silver eagles. We're talking what I'm referring to is just generic silver rounds. Let me be specific on that. I'm just referring to generic rounds because every monetary unit, whether it be a silver eagle, a kookaburra, a kangaroo, whatever, they all have their own premiums aside from generic silver. And that premium can change depending on the supply and demand of that particular year or that particular series. Whereas eagles are always in demand, have a bigger premium. And with silver generic, the premium is low right now. So, yeah.
So we're just going to have to agree to disagree on that point, but I'll give you my reason. 5/8/2023, this is a day that I did a premium update. silver was $25.80 an ounce, and the average premium was $4.91. So we'll just call it $5. So people were paying almost $31 per ounce for a 1 ounce round. Today, silver sitting at just over $25 an ounce, and you can get silver rounds for $3, maybe $3.50. So they're only paying $28 or $28.50. So not only has the spot price gotten a little bit lower, but the premiums have came down significantly as well. And they are, in fact, paying less for a 1 ounce silver round than they were just a couple of months ago. But besides that point, I mean, do you think silver is ever going to get back down to where we could get it for like $1.50 over spot like it used to be before the silver squeeze?
I don't know if we'll ever see on the retail level the $1.50 over spot. I would love to see it. I mean, that would be so awesome. I do think at some point, like anything else, the price comes up, price goes down, back and forth. But I just don't see it because you got so many people in the hands from the manufacturer, from the pulling it up out of the ground to fabricating it, or manufacturing it rather, refining, fabricating it. There's just, and then you got wholesalers and retailers. I don't see it.
You don't see
I just don't see it. No. All this minimum wage, everybody asking for 15 plus an hour, which is needed. There's no doubt about it. People need more money to make it in today's tough times. But that also affects the price of everything. And that's why I don't see $1.50 ever coming back for the retail.
Okay. Well, I would hope that you are incorrect, but I kind of.
So do I.
Well, I kind of get what you're saying though. Like I don't want you to be correct, but I kind of get it. I think there is eventually going to be a bottom that is just never going to cross again. What that will be, we'll have to see. But I don't know. It's dropping. I mean, those wholesale prices keep dropping, so I don't know. Maybe, but who knows? But that's about really all I had. I do want to remind everyone that's watching that Keith is a YouTuber himself, and he has a channel called Coin Crew. I'd recommend you guys go over there and give him a subscribe, check out some of his content, and also owns a coin shop in Muskegon, Michigan called The Coin Zone, so make sure you check him out there. Keith, it's always been a pleasure to have you on the channel. Is there anything else you wanted to share before we go?
I just want to say thanks for having me again. It's always a pleasure being here, Silver Seeker, and I guess we'll see you next time.
All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. It's always a pleasure to have Keith on the channel. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so yet, don't forget to like and subscribe. Help YouTube recommend this video to others, and share it with your friends as well. I'm going to put a video up here. If you haven't seen it yet, go check that out. I'm sure it's a great one. And otherwise, have a fantastic rest of your day.